Hi, California 34. This is Loren Colin for Congress. And I just want to take a few minutes to kind of introduce me and my connection to our amazing district. I was born in Culver City, but I only lived there for a couple of days. And I grew up in South Orange County in Laguna Hills in Mission Viejo. And then I went to UCLA, and I've lived in Los Angeles for the last 30 plus years. And a good portion of that has been either living, working, and certainly playing and eating in California 34. Um, my roots are very much Los Angeles, even though I grew up in South Orange County. While my mother was born in New York City, my dad was born across the street from the district in what was then the Queen of Angels Hospital, but is now the Dream Center. And he grew up in the Valley in Van Nuys in the 50s and 60s during the hot rod era. My grandfather owned some service stations that are still around as gas stations in the Valley. And I have family all throughout Los Angeles. My story, as far as California 34, is 22 years ago now. Wow. Maybe even 23 years ago. I lived in Koreatown on the western edge of our district, right around Western and Wilshire. I also had the opportunity to work in the fish district for one of the very large wholesalers and resellers of fresh and frozen seafood. When I say the fish district, it's basically Skid Row. It was seventh, or no, sixth and not town. I can't remember the street, but basically sixth and central. Oh, Gladys. How could I forget? Sixth and Gladys. I currently live in Victor Heights, so right on the edge of technically Echo Park and Chinatown, and just inside our amazing district. I'm going to make a pretty straightforward argument. I believe our district has the best food in the world because it has all of the food of the world. Many of my favorite places are in Chinatown, Little Tokyo, Koreatown. There's amazing food in Eagle Rock and Highland Park and in Boyle Heights and Lincoln Heights. We have the taco trucks to die for. Um, so I just love everything about 34. My children actually went to school in the Koreatown Westlake border, and my eldest is about to graduate, so I won't have children in school in the district anymore. But again, this is just a place that I've lived, worked, eaten, and played in. And I also have lots of friends here in California 34. So I'm fortunate to have friends spread throughout. Oh gosh, I worked down. I mean, I said I worked downtown earlier. I guess I'm mixing my stories, but I also worked downtown at an office at a startup I worked at that was also in downtown. And yes, I have friends who live from Mount Washington, Highland Park, El Sereno, um, here in Echo Park and Victor Heights, and just all throughout the district. And I love it. And I'm excited to run and run on what I believe and the change that I believe and the leadership that I believe this district seeks and wants to get past partisanship and not elect another Democrat. And I don't think this district is going to elect a Republican anytime soon. But again, I've been here a long time and I get it. Um, it's the most amazing district of the most amazing people who come from all over. And there's people who've lived in Los Angeles for generations or whose families have been here for generations, and they are the most recent. And of course, there's lots and lots of newcomers. And I think that's what really makes, at the end of the day, California 34 so special, that it is the ultimate melting pot. You see more people here in our tight district than you do from really anywhere else in the world. And that's why I am so happy to live here. And that is why I am so happy to run and hopefully here in I guess, wow, 17 months, now 16 and a half months, you will vote for me in the primary and put me in the top two in the general. And come November 2026, you'll put me over the top, and I will be representing California 34. If you have questions for me, want to know more about my background, obviously I'll be sharing more about my policies, but if you have specific questions, please reach out. You'll see me a lot in the neighborhoods walking around, so please feel free to stop me and let's chat and ask as many questions of me as you want. I am more or less an open book and happy to answer your questions. No fear, only love.